Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some post 1961 Apba bats. We got the first game of a 4-game series between the Florida Marlins and the Pittsburgh Pirates taking place in Pittsburgh, and leading off for the visiting Marlins, batting leadoff playing second, Castilla; batting second, playing left field, Culligan; batting third, playing shortstop, Ramirez; batting fourth, playing right field, Sheffield; batting fifth, playing center field, Ozona; batting sixth, playing first base, Bohr; batting seventh, playing third base, Prado; batting eighth, on the catcher, Riamento; and batting ninth and on the mound is Beckett. And for the hometown Pittsburgh Pirates, leading off playing center field, Van Slyke; batting second, playing second, Harrison; batting third, playing left, Parker; batting fourth, playing right is Clemente; batting fifth, playing first is Stargell; batting sixth, playing third base is Ramirez; batting seventh and doing the catching is Pena; batting eighth, playing shortstop is Alley; and on the mound, batting ninth is Doug DRABEK. Let's get down here to Pittsburgh and get this game started, folks. And to lead it off for the Marlins, Castilla; batting 167 with no homers and 2 RBIs. This is Doug DRABEK's second appearance. He's 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA. And here's the pitch to Luis. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Doug DRABEK's going to give off a leadoff hit here. Where is it going to land? That's the question. And it's out in the gap in right field. That'll be a leadoff double. And the Marlins get to first batter on a double. Already in scoring position here for Culligan. Chris is batting 250 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Doug DRABEK struggling here early. First two batters get aboard. And now you got Ramirez up. And handling Ramirez is batting 230. He has 1 homer and 6 RBIs. Pirates definitely looking for a double play ball here. And that's going to be down the first. And that's exactly what they're going to get. They're going to get the 1-6-3 double play. Yes, they are. That's going to be a 3-6-3, double play. The runner will get down the third. Now there's 2 outs. What a difference that makes. What just happened here? Undo. What just happened here? Should be ground ball, 3-6-3 double play. There we go. And now you got Gary Sheffield up. And Sheffield's batting 125 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be another grounder. This one's going to be down the second. Actually, it's going to be a fly ball pop up down the second out in shallow right field. And that'll do it. So the first 2 batters get aboard. Doug DRABEK with the double play, helping him out, gets out of the top of the first with nobody scoring. The Marlins will blow a great chance, strand a runner at third. And we got Van Slyke, Harrison, and Parker due up here for the Pirates. Andy Van Slyke off to a great year, batting .316 with a homer and 5 RBIs. This is Josh Beckett's second appearance. He's 0-1 with a 4.5 ERA. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Josh strikes out his first batter for out number 1. And Josh Harrison comes to the plate. Josh is batting .308 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. He fires over to first, and that'll be out number 2. That brings up the Cobra, Dave Parker. He's only batting .077, folks. He is 2 for 26 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be an 11. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. And that'll be a 1-2-3, bottom of the first. To the top of the second we go. And we got Ozuna, Bohr, and Padre due up. Ozuna is batting .261 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop up down the second near the mound for out number 1. You see the Pirates' upcoming schedule. We got 3 more games here in Pittsburgh against the Marlins. Excuse me. And then they go on the road to take on the Atlanta Braves. And Justin comes up batting .059 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Andy Van Slyke for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. Martin Perdreau comes up batting .176. No homers, 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's Doug's first strikeout of the game. A 1-2-3 second. Bottom part of the inning we go. The big boys due up here for the Pirates. Clemente, Starjo, and Ramirez. Clemente batting .222 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a fly ball out the left field for out number 1. And Willie Stargell steps to the plate, batting .227 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Josh cruising through these first 2 innings. Now you got Ramirez up, and he's batting .136 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Zono and center. And another 1-2-3 inning. To the top of the third we go, with the bottom third of the order due up here. JT, Beckett, and then back to Castilla at the top. JT's batting .235. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Doug's starting to settle in here now. That's his second strikeout. 1 down here brings up Josh Beckett with nobody on. 1 out. He's 0 for 1 in the season, looking for his first hit. And that's just going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the top of the third. And we're back to the top of the order. And Luis started this game off with a double and got stranded at third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the side goes down 1-2-3 to the bottom part of the inning we go with the score 0-0. Bottom third due up here for the Pirates. Pena, Alley, and DRABEK. Tony's batting .238 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. And the Pirates will take it. Their first base runner of the game. And Gene Alley's up. And this is batting .312. Alley off to a great start. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out the right. Gary calls for it, makes the catch, and now there's 1 down. And up to the plate steps Doug DRABEK. DRABEK says, we don't need no stinking DH. He's 1 for 3 on the year, no homers and an RBI. And they're going to put the bunt sign down for Doug. And that's going to be a nice bunt. That is going to be bunted back to the mound. Josh picks it up. He'll fire over to first with Castilla covering, and that'll be 2 down, and now the runner's in scoring position. And see if Andy Van Slyke can put the Pirates on the scoreboard. Van Slyke struck out his first time up, and that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Ramirez fires over to first. Pirates strand Tony at second. We go to the top of the fourth. No score, nothing. You got Chris, Hanley, and Gary due up here. You see Florida's only 2-7 with a 203 batting average, a 270 on base percentage, slugging 338 with a 608 on base slugging percentage, OPS. Pirates are 6-3, batting 241 with an on base percentage of 277, slugging 408, and an OPS of 686. And Chris walked his first time up, and he gets a hold of this one, folks. Where's this one going to land at? And that is going to be a double down the first baseline. And that'll be a leadoff hit. And Doug's in trouble again here in the fourth. And now you got Ramirez up with a runner in scoring position and nobody out in a nothing game. Ramirez grounded into that 3-6-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he'll look the runner back to second, fire over to first. That'll be out number one rather. Now Gary Sheffield comes to the plate with one down, the runner still at second. He popped up his first time up, 0-for-1, and that's going to be a catcher, a 65 on a 9. That's probably going to be a fielding column 3. Yep. And that's going to be first and second on the air. Pitcher makes, no wait, first on air. Catcher fumbles a chopper. Runner's going to hold. So that's going to be an E2. Runner on second's not going nowhere. So now you got first and second and one out. And Ozuna's up. Can Doug get another double play ball here, folks, and get out of this mess? And Marcel, he popped up his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. You're not running on these Pirates. Dave Parker out there with a 38 arm in left field. So that's a fly ball. Now there's 2 outs. And Justin Bohr is up. And Justin is 0-for-1. He flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. And again, Doug gets away with having 2 base runners on. Nobody scores. We're still knotted up. Nothing. We go to the bottom of the fourth. You got the 2-3-4 hitters due up here. Harrison, Parker, and Clemente. Josh, he grounded out his first time up 0-for-1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Josh with his 3rd strikeout of the game. 1 down. Here comes Dave Parker up now. And he grounded out. He's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Beckett. He's settling down here nicely, ain't he? Only 2 hits given up on no hitter. Sorry. Looking at the wrong team. Clemente, he's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be good morning, good afternoon, and good night as Josh strikes out the side and we go to the top of the 5th. You've got the bottom 3rd due up here for the Marlins. Martin, JT, and Josh. And Martin's 0-for-1, struck out his first time up. And he gets a hold of this. And again, Doug's going to have the leadoff batter aboard here. And that's going to be another leadoff double. He's playing with fire here. So again, first run of the ball game's in scoring position. And JT's up. He struck out his first time up, 0-for-1. And that's going to be a catcher, 33 and a 9. It should be fielding column 1 to say the least, and it is. And there you go. This is what they're paying Pena for. He throws down the second and picks off Martin at second. Unexcusable. Picks him off. Now there's 1 out and nobody on. Nice job there by Pena. He gets his man. Now JT's up, and here's the pitch to him. And that, of course, is a base on balls. So now could have been first and second and nobody out. And now you got Josh up, and they're going to put the bunt sign down. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be two balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And now it's a 2-2 count because now he just missed 2 chances to bunt. So here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be bunted. Gets the bunt down right in front of the plate. And Pena's only plays over to first with Harrison covering. That'll get the runner down in the scoring position with 2 outs. We're back to the top of the order here. And Luis, who is 1 for 2, he led this game off with a double. And that's going to be against a righty, a 15 and an 11. And that is going to be a single in the left field. JT does not have very good speed. And like I say, you don't run on these Pirates. These arms are ridiculous, folks. Ridiculous. Out in left field, that'll be a 47. 17. And they're going to hold him up at third, folks. So that's going to be a single in the left field. And you got runners on the corner. And these arms definitely help these pitchers out, man. You don't run on these Pirates, folks. That brings up Chris now. Chris is 1 for 1. He has walked and doubled his last time up. And he gets a hold of this, folks. Where's this one going to land? Doug's not getting out of this mess. And that is going to be a double in the deep center field. Let's see. Castilla's got great speed. He'll probably score with no throw, even though Van Slake's got one hell of an arm. The ball was driven out. That'll be a 2-out, 2 RBI double. And the Marlins take the lead, folks, 2-0. And they still got a runner at second and 2 outs, and Ramirez is up. And Hanley is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to him. And he gets a hold of this. That ball is driven into the gap in left field, and Doug can't get this last out, folks. RBI double, and just like that, it's 3-0 Marlins. Here comes Sheffield up. And Gary's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. And that'll end the inning, but not until the Marlins score 3 and take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th. You got Stargell due up here, followed by Ramirez and Pena. And Willie is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Martin fumbles that ball, fumble, and that'll be an E5. And Willie's aboard here. See if the Pirates can take advantage of this extra out. Ramirez is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up, and he gets a hold of this. And that ball is driven out to right field. How far is this one going to go, folks? That is the question. It's the righty, 13. And Kissick, goodbye. Ramirez just puts the Pirates back in this game. That was a no doubt about her, folks. That's a 2-run shot, and just like that, it's 3-2, and still nobody out. And now you got Tony Pena. That was the first hit, too, by the Pirates. There went the no-hitter and the shutout all in one pitch. Tony's up now. He has walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. So John settles down after the homer and gets an out. Gene Alley's up now. And Gene's 0 for 1. He flew out the right. And that's going to be against the righty, a 15. 15 and a 10, and that's going to be popped up down the short. Ramirez calls for it, makes the catch near the mound. That'll be 2 down. See if Doug DRABEK, who is a fine hitting pitcher, can help his own calls out here. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, and that's going to be a base on balls. Doug gets a walk. It's never good when you walk the pitcher. And that brings up Andy Van Slyke. He is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ramirez. He fires over to first for out number 3, and that'll end the side. But the Pirates score 2 on a 2-run homer and make this a 3-2 game as we go to the top of the 6th. Azona, Bohr, and Martin do up. Marcel 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be against the 15. That's going to be an infield hit. He's aboard here. Another leadoff hit. This one's a single instead of a double at least. That brings Justin up. Justin is 0 for 2 today. He's flown out the center and right. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. Only the 4th strikeout for Doug. It's a big one now. Now there's 1 down. Martin's up. Martin, he doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And they will get the runner out at second. So that'll be a 1-6 put out. And that brings up JT now. And JT, he is 0 for 1. He did walk and come around to score his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 14. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. And that'll end the inning. The leadoff single goes nowhere. And we go to the bottom of the 6th and a 3-2 lead for the Marlins, hanging on by 1 run. Harrison, Parker, and Clemente do up here against Josh. And Josh, the other Josh Harrison, is 0 for 2. So Beckett has won the battle of the Joshes. And that's going to be against the righty, 14. Not this time. Josh Harrison wins, gets a leadoff single. And now you got the big boys coming up. And the tying run down at first. Go ahead, run at the plate for the Cobra, who is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a base on balls. And now you got the tying run down at second. Go ahead, run at first, and Clemente's up. Clemente's 0 for 2. He did strike out his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty. First and second. 1-7. That'll be 14. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Chris does not have a very good arm out there. Let's see here. That'll be a 57. Harrison might score with no throw. And yep, he's going to score with no throw. Let's see if he can get down to third. I doubt it here. 30. No, Parker's going to stop at second, but that's an RBI single by Clemente. And that ties this ball game up. And you still got nobody out first and second for Stargell. And that'll get the bullpen fired up here in the bottom of the 6th. Beckett is struggling here. He's got Stargell up. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error and came around the score back in the 5th. And that'll be a 10. And that's going to be a single. That's going to be a single in right field over the second baseman's head. Let's see here. Sheffield's got a good arm out there. And there is 56. And Parker score with no throw. Let's see if Clemente can get down to third. And he'll get down to third with no throw. So another single. And both runners advance 2 bases. It is now a 4-3 Pirates lead with first and third and nobody out. And this will probably be Josh's. Well, they might let him pitch. If anybody else scores, that'll be it. They're going to bring the infield in with Ramirez up. He is 1 for 2. He hit the 2-run homer back in the 5th. And he's done it again, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. But that ball is off the wall in the deep center field. Just missed it, folks. Just missed the homer. Let's see here if Willie can score from first with nobody out. 27 with nobody out. They're sending him a 53 or lower. Willie scores. And he's in there. That's a 2 RBI double. And that is it for Josh, as the Pirates are tagging him here in the 6th. And all of a sudden now it's a 6-3 ball game. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. Are they going to do a double switch? I believe they are. Johnson's going to come in to catch. Yeah, Johnson will come in to catch and lead off the inning. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch here. You got the righties coming up. Al Francisco's going to come out here and pitch. Try to keep this a 3-run lead. These Marlins do not have a very good pitching staff, as 007 joins us here. So Charlie Johnson's going to come in first. We'll bring in Antonio, and he'll bat in the 8th spot. And now we need a catcher, and Charlie Johnson's going to come out. So we're going to have a new battery mate here. Antonio and Johnson. And he'll bat in the 9 spot. Nobody out. Runners on first and second, and it's a 6-3 ball game now. Josh Beckett gets lit up here in the 6th after having a 3-2 lead. Remember, he had a 3-0 lead. Gave up 2 runs in the 5th, and now he's given up 4 here in the 6th. And the base runner down at second is his responsibility. So runner down at second. Nobody out. Tony Pena's up. He's 0 for 1. He did walk. Oh, 007 says he's got a Phillies replay game on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Guys, check that out. Here's the pitch to Tony, and that's going to be a base on balls. And now you got first and second, and nobody out for Gene Alley. Can he hit one up the alley here and add to this lead, folks? First and second. Gene is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And it's going to be a single. Infield hit. Runners advance 1 base. So that's an infield hit, as Antonio's able to knock the ball down, but it can't go nowhere with it. So now bases are full, and Doug DRABEK's up. Can he bust this game wide open, folks? Doug's not a bad hitting pitcher. He is walked and had a sacrifice bunt today. He's batting .333 on the year. So here's the pitch to Doug. And that's going to be against the right-hander, 15. And that is going to be a fly ball out to center field. Ramirez, is he going to tag up here? Fly ball out to center. That'll be a 45. What did I say it was, a 45? Yeah. A 22. And who's up after that? You got the top of the order due up. So they're going to hold him. So that's going to be a fly ball out to center. They're going to hold Hanley Ramirez. Bases are still loaded. We're back to the top of the order, and Andy Van Slyke. He is 0 for 3. He is struck out and grounded out to short twice. And not this time. Andy squares this one up, folks. And he just busted this game wide open, I would think. That is going to be a single in the center field. And Tony, can he score from second here? That'll be a 56. Yeah, they're going to not throw. So Tony's going to score. That's going to be a 2 RBI. Let's see here if he goes to third. 49. And they're going to send him down to third. The play's going to be a third. It ain't much of a play, but it is a play. It'll be a 63 or lower. And he's in there safely. So that's a 2 RBI single in the center. And you got runners on the corner. And 1 out, and it is now an 8-3 ball game. Turn out the lights, the party's over, folks, as Andy Van Slyke just drove into. And this is a 6-run 6th inning, folks. Let's see what the final tally is for Josh after pitching through 4 good innings. Let's take a look here. Josh ends up with 5 innings, couldn't get a single batter out in the 5+ innings, couldn't get anybody out in the 6. 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, walked 3, struck out 5, and gave up the homer. All righty. Now you got Harrison up first and third. And he started this inning off with a single, folks. So we have batted around here as the 10th man to come to the plate. Harrison led off the 6th with a single. He's 1 for 3. Can he do it again? Get 2 hits in 1 inning? And he does, folks. He squares it up. This is a good inning for Josh. And that's going to be a double in the deep center field. They need to start playing back further. That's over his head. He's chasing it down. And Andy Van Slyke, with his great speed, should score easily, I would think. Yep. So that's going to be a 2 RBI double. And it's 10-3, good buddy. It's a 10-3 ball game. And still only 1 out. Now runner down at second for the Cobra. And the Cobra, he walked his first time up in this inning. He is 0 for 2 and came around to score. So here's the pitch to the Cobra. And that's going to be against the 12. That'll be an 11. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can they get a double play out of this? A 52 and a 4. That'll be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. The runner will get down the third. He'll fire over the first. And now there's 2 outs. And Clemente's up now with a runner down at third. And Clemente, he singled and drove in a run and came around to score his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down the third. Matter of fact, that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Martin waits for it, makes the catch, but 8 runs score, and it is 10-3 as we go to the top of the 7th. Johnson, it'll be his first at bat. He came in on the double switch. Then you got Castillo and Chris due up. And Charlie's batting 158 on the year with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order in Castillo. And he's 2 for 3. He has doubled and singled in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Gene Alley's going to muff this one up, folks. It's going to be an E6. That's going to give the Marlins a little bit of life here. And Chris is up. And Chris is 2 for 2, folks. He's got 2 doubles in this game, driven in 2 runs, and has walked and came around the score once. And that's not what he wanted. 53 and a 2. That'll be fielding column 2. And they'll get the runner out at second. That'll be a 1-6 put out. Now there's 2 down and a runner still at first with Ramirez up. And Ramirez is 1 for 3. He doubled and drove in a run his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. You can forget about it, folks. That ball is out of here. That's a 2-run homer by Hanley Ramirez. And it makes it a 10-5, big buddy. So it puts the lead in half to 5 runs. Gary Sheffield comes up with nobody on and 2 outs. And Gary's 0 for 3. He did reach on an error, though, back in the 4th. And that's going to be 16. That's going to be a pop-up down to Harrison, and that'll end the inning. But 2 run score makes it a 5-run lead. So we get to the 7th inning stretch. See the Marlins' upcoming schedule. They got 3 more games here in Pittsburgh. Excuse me, and then they go home and they take on the Phillies in Florida. You got Stargell due up here, Ramirez and Pena. Stargell is 1 for 3. He singled, drove in a run, and scored his last time up. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go? Ain't this awful, folks? That ball's off the wall. Nice job. Antonio kept that out of the sweet spot, but that's a double in the right field. And Stargell's on here. That brings up Ramirez with a runner down at second and nobody out. He's 2 for 3. He has a homer and a double and 4 RBIs in this game, folks. To say the least, he's enjoying it here against these Marlins. And he's done it again. That ball is out of here. Where is this one going to land? And that's going to be another double, I believe. They're just missing it. They're hitting him hard, but it's staying in the park, folks. 13. Yep, that's going to be a double in the left center field. Didn't quite get it all, folks, but he got enough. Drive in another run. Just like that, it is 11-5. They've gotten one of those 2 runs back in the top of the inning. And Tony's up. He's 0 for 1. He has walked twice and came around the score back in the 6th. That's going to be against righty. Let's see how many. Let's check here. How many runs has he given up? He's only given up 4 so far. So he's still at 12. Making a 13 and a 9. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Ramirez, with nobody out, is going to stop at third. So now you got first and third, and Gene Alley's up. They got the bullpen up. They're going to pitch hit for Doug since he gave up those 2 runs in the 7th. Gene's 1 for 3. He singled and came around to score in the 6th. And that's going to be a pop up behind the plate. Charlie takes the mask off, makes the catch near the screen for out number 1. And like we say, that's going to be it for Doug. He goes 7 innings, gives up 8 hits and 5 runs. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Ring my bell, LL, ring my bell. Josh Bell is going to come off the bench. See if Josh Bell can drive in some runs here. And Bell's 0 for 6, folks. Can he come off and get his first hit of the year now? Nope. That's going to be a ground ball down the 31 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be the old 1-6-3 double play ball, folks. So nice job to get out of this mess with only 1 run scoring. 1-6-3 double play. Josh hits into a double play, ends the bottom of the 7th, but the Pirates score 1, make it 11-5. And Face is going to come out of the bullpen with a 6-run lead. He'll probably pitch the 8th and 9th inning. Where's Bob at? There he is. Roy Face, rather. There's Roy Face coming out of the bullpen. And this is Roy's 4th appearance. He's 1-0 with 11.25 ERA. He's got Azonia, Justin, and Martin due up. And here's the pitch to Marcel. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field for out number 1. Andy Van Slyke makes the play. 1 down. Now Justin's up. Justin's 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field again. Van Slyke's busy here in the top of the 8th. But he's up to the task. 2 quick outs. He might want to hit it somewhere else as Martin comes up. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a base on balls. Roy walks his first batter. And that'll be it for Antonio. A pitch hitter for him. Let's see who's going to come out here and bat. Who's going to bat here? No, I don't want that. Cancel. Don't want to do that. Don't want to pitch a runner. We want a pitch hitter. And Elmo's going to come out. Pitch hit here. And he is batting .500 on the year, 1 for 2. Here's the pitch, runner on first and 2 outs. And that's going to be against 21. And that's going to be get the right chart here, 21. That's going to be a fly ball out to Clemente. Makes a running catch. Nice job by Clemente to save a hit. And that's the end of the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, an 11-3 ball game. 11-5 ball game. That's right. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th. Who's coming up here? You got the lefties coming up, so they're going to bring out Dunn. Michael Dunn's going to come out. You got Van Slyke and Parker, two lefties due up this inning. So they'll bring in the lefty Dunn. And he'll bat in the 8th spot. And this is Dunn's 4th appearance. He's 0-1 with an 8.53 ERA. Van Slyke is 1 for 4. He had a 2 RBI single his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sheffield for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the 8th. Here's the man having a game, Josh Harrison. 2 for 4 with 2 RBI single his last time up. And don't forget he had a double. No, he had a 2 RBI double. He singled and doubled in the 6th inning. And that's going to be a fly ball again out to Sheffield. Might want to hit it somewhere else. Now there's 2 down. And the Cobra's up. And Parker is 0 for 3. Let's see, he might be the only Pirate without a hit. Let's take a look here. Pirates got 11 hits on the day. Is he the only one without a hit? Yep, him and DRABEK. So he's the only positional player without a hit. Can Dave make amends for that right here and get a 2-out base hit? And he does more than that. That ball is high. That ball is far. Forget about it. Kiss it goodbye. Dave Parker launches one out in the right field over the bullpen. That ball is gone, folks. That's Parker's 2nd homer, and it's a 12-5 ball game. Now every starting player except for DRABEK has gotten a hit. Brings up Clemente. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. That'll end the inning, but Parker's homer adds another run. And we go to the top of the 9th. Marlins trailing by 7. They got the 9-hole up, then back to the top of the order. Johnson came in on a double switch, so Charlie's up. Charlie's 0 for 1 today. And he gets a hold of this one. Charlie's not done yet. And he drives this ball into the gap. And that'll be a leadoff double for the Marlins. And up to the plate comes Castilla now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Got a lot of work to do if they want to come back in this one, folks. But Castilla's having a good game. He's 2 for 4. And he's reached on an error. He's been on base 3 times. Came around to score once. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And the runner is going to get down to 3rd. So it'll be a 1-3 put out. And they're going to play back with a 7-run lead. And now Chris is up 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, came around to score twice and has walked once. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. 52 and a 9. That should be fielding column 1. That's a line drive right at him. Harris makes the play. The runner will hold. Now there's 2 down and a runner still at 3rd. And Ramirez is 2 for 4. He's got a double, a homer, a 2-run shot, and an RBI double. And that's going to be a 23 back to the mound. And that's going to be a 1st and 2nd on air. 1st on air, runner to 3rd. Got the wrong flag. Let's look here. Pitcher throws well into 1st with 2 outs. So the runner's going to score. That's going to be an E1. And the game keeps going, folks. Gary Sheffield's up now with a runner at 1st, 2 outs. And the game should be over. Does that give these Marlins some life? Gary is 0 for 4 today, folks. He did reach once on an error, and that's going to end this ball game. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Face, he throws over to first, and that'll be your ball game, folks. And the Pirates win this one 12-6. Look here at the box score. And the Pirates, 12 runs on 12 hits. They had 3 errors. Marlins, 9 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Marlins, look at that. The top of the order did well. 2 for 5, 2 for 4, 2 for 5. They were only 3 for 13, though, with runners in scoring position. Ramirez with the homer. They left 7 men on base. And everybody for the Pirates, but Doug DRABEK got a hit. When Doug was 0 for 1, he walked and had a sacrifice bunt. You had Ramirez 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs. He was the man. 8 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Parker and Ramirez with homers. And they only left 4 men on base. The Pirates just killed them when they had the chances, folks. Josh did not have a very good game. Josh Beckett goes to 0-2. 5 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and a homer. Antonio comes in, puts gasoline on the fire. 2 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 1. And Dunn doesn't fare much better. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, and a homer by Mr. Parker. Doug DRABEK goes 7 innings, picks up his second win. 8 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, struck out 4 and gave up a homer. Face comes in, 1 hit, 1 unearned run, walked 1. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the National League. And you got the Braves are a game and a half up on the Mets. The Phillies and the Nats are 2.5 games back. And the Marlins, with the loss, drops to 4 games back. And in the Central now, the Pirates pick up a game. They're a half a game back. Cardinals and Cubbies are a game and a half back. The Reds are 2 games back, and Astros are 3.5. And out west, the Giants lead the LA Dodgers by 2 games. The Diamondbacks and Padres are 3 games back, and Colorado is 4.5 games back. Got Sammy Sosa leading the league in everything. He's got a 425 average. He's got 10 homers and 19 RBIs. Sammy right now is off to an awesome start. Got Dave Jones leading in an ERA. Mike Caldwell with 3 wins, and 5 pitchers with 3 saves in the National League. Of course, Sammy's leading in the MVP with that Triple Crown, chasing it, and Mike with his 3 wins is leading with the Cy Young Award. Our next game will be the second game of this 4-game series. Let's see who's going to be pitching in this one. And we got the D-Train, Dante Willis, going for the Marlins. And he's going to be going up against the Vale, Bob Vale. See what happens in this one, folks. The Train going up against Vale. I want to thank 007. Check out his great channel. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit that bell for reminders. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.